Welcome to episode 3 of the Celica build. We had a couple of options for what we were going to start this week. I could have saved the money, got the coilovers, or option number 2 was to begin bodywork and use the same money to buy paint. And I just can't imagine myself rolling up, car meet season in this crusty car with all those super pretty, freshly painted cars rolling in behind me. It'd look like an extra Crustmobile. So today, my helpers Mandy and Kelsey are helping me to take everything off the car, all the exterior stuff. We're gonna get the mirrors off and the side markers, everything on the exterior so that we can start body work. We're gonna circle all the dents and dings and hopefully we can knock this out pretty quick. I mean, the car's not in that bad a shape, so wish us luck. Welcome back. We have been hard at work. My phone died, so we didn't get to do very much filming right now. Mandy has been working super hard. You can see up here, she has the whole front end on. Everything's gone. It's all gotta go. We want to make sure that everything under there is covered with paint. We don't want that to show through now that those bumpers aren't going to be on there. She's working on getting this fender off right now. It looks like at some point that there may have been a small front end collision.
Right here, this has been buckled, and then a whole bunch of stuff's jacked up under there, and somebody fixed it.
Danny's over here working on getting this other fender off. This one, we presume, has never been taken off because it's so stuck on there.
This thing is ridiculous. I'm trying to get it off without completely destroying the edge of it at the same time.
Yes, which I appreciate very much. Kelsey is sitting inside the car right now. We're taking apart the interior so that we can get these little fins off on the back here. Very important not to break those. Oh look, there's Kelsey. The trunk back here, you can see the hatch is full of all kinds of pieces that we've taken off. And we got smart this time that we didn't do with the MR2, and we've taped all of our little screws to the pieces that they came from so that we're not hunting around the car going, where did this go? Where's the screw that goes here? I'm gonna try to make up for some of the filming we didn't get, some of the most ridiculous stuff going on with this car right now. The mirror on this side, the stuff that allows you to adjust it from inside the car. Right here, it's kind of hard to see, it's dark in here. In order to get the mirror off, this has to pull through, which sounds like a big pain in the butt, especially because I'm on the fence right now. I might do fender mirrors, I might leave these mirrors, but we're probably gonna end up just cutting those connections just because it's a big hassle to try and get those in and out. I don't know, still on the fence, we'll see what happens. Pretty much, Toyota just made everything as complicated as possible. We're learning right now that in order to get the door handles off, the bolts are underneath the window glass. So the windows are gonna come out too, so. Okay, so we've been in here for forever. There are a million bolts that hold on these side panel pieces back here. And I'm sure you're wondering, why the heck do we have to take apart the interior? Well, the trim for the outside windows is all held on right here. So we obviously have to get that off before the car can be painted. And the little fins on the back here, little louvery dudes, I don't know what you want to call those, are also held on under here, and we have to get those off. So we sat here for forever removing every panel in the entire back of the car just to get this piece out. Luckily we didn't break anything, fingers crossed that we don't break anything on the other side. Funny, we get down here and the speaker is actually not mounted to anything. It's just a magnet. So it's just stuck in here. I don't know if that's how it came from the factory or if somebody put that in there. It says, I mean, it looks factory. I don't know, you guys. The Celica is full of all kinds of surprises and a million hurdles, but we're gonna get all this stuff out for the trim, get the louvers off on this side, and then we're gonna start on the other side.
Jam is working on her car. She's trying to get those vents out, and they're like apparently a giant pain in the ass. How are they?
That's cool. I just have to disassemble the entire car.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, not too bad, you know.
Yeah, she's trying to get these vents out right here. They're a pain in the ass, and they're really easy to break, so that's what she's working on. I'm gonna go around and I'm gonna start finding all the little dings and stuff on the car, and then circling them, and also after that I'm gonna start welding up all these little holes down the side of the car from where the trim used to be, and then we'll get to grind those down and laying some fillers. We're gonna be welding up where the old mirrors were because we are going with fender mirrors. Sam got this new jumpsuit. She's always wanted one, and Sage had one that was too small for him. Show it off.
I mean, it's like a extra cozy potato sack.
Yeah. All right, guys. So I have basically circled off a lot of the little dings and little deep scratches and stuff that I found. It's kind of dark in here, so I didn't get the other side, but one step at a time, I guess. I'm gonna start working on this door and this fender, and then see how far I can get. Jam's vacuuming out.
Mouse nest out of the quarter panel back here.
Yeah, there's a mouse nest.
To find that.
Or did you show him yet? The mouse
No.
nest? Here, I'll get in there. So there's a mouse nest in here, and it's right there. And she's got to vacuum it all out. We're trying to get these screws out of the windows, but they're freaking really hard to get out without rounding out. But we got most of them out because we're using a hammer trick. Gonna fire up the welder, and well, first I'm gonna take the DA and knock all this down. Then I'm gonna fire up the welder and weld up all these holes on this fender. So that's what we're doing. All right, let's see this tool you have here.
This is called We Don't Have the Right Tools, so I'm trying to make the right tools.
So we have a flathead on this like driver screwdriver thing. All right, guys, we got this window and all this trim out. Found a little bit of rust right here. Not a big deal. We're gonna fix it. I'm glad we found it. All this is welded up. How's it going over here?
Fucking amazing.
This looks like the worst. Oh, oh, come on. Come on. Bingo! Got him! Bam! Jam is over here still working on the tail lights.
Oh, son of a bitch.
We dropped a nut in the body.
A nut in the body.
That's cool. We got hella extras.
We have extra nuts.
Yeah, we
Nut
have,
in the body.
we have.
I did. I nutted in the body.
You guys are sick. I'm gonna start working on this fender. I'm gonna hit it with some 320, and then I'm going to start working on where to lay down filler.
Wait, we have to take the window out.
Fuck!
I know you want to take another window out, Danny.
No, dude. I got this all sanded down and ready for filler. Jam and Mandy have been popping off this really ugly side trim that we're never gonna put back on there.
Never ever.
And yeah, so I'm gonna clean this up with some wax and grease remover, mix up some body filler, and then we're gonna lay it down. Alright, that's all we're going to get for this time. It actually looks really cool, and we have all of the filler laid, and we're going to sand it next time. But we're going to get out of here. Are you stoked, Jam?
Yes.
Yes?
Can't you tell?
Yeah, you're very excited.
But yeah, that's it. It looks good. They stripped off all the taillights and all that stuff. This trim down here, we found a little bit of rust right here. A little bit of rust there, as you can see. But it's not too bad. It's totally fixable. Yeah, so we're gonna sand this down next week, and then we're gonna start working on the other side.
That is a wrap for today. We got a lot accomplished, I feel like. I mean, the whole car has been torn down around the outside. There's nothing left to do out here. We're gonna do all the body work. As you can see, some of the filler's been laid. That's gonna get sanded down next week, and I think that we're off to a great start with getting this thing painted, hopefully before summer. so that I can bring it out to all the shows and you guys can check it out in person. Tune in again next week. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and thanks for watching.